Oh hey, check it out. It's a Khajiit caravan.
We can fill our skins there. If the river is not frozen to ice, perhaps.
Yeah. Hey.
Hmm?
It's rather unusual to see caravans here. What brings you to Skyrim?
An astute question, for we are far from home, and this is a cold, hard land. The wise trader finds the best opportunities, even if he must travel far to find them. Skyrim is a ripe opportunity indeed. The dragons and the war have scared many other traders away, but for those with courage, there is much profit to be made.
You say you travel far. Where do you hail from?
The Khajiit hail from a distant land called Elsewhere, bordered on the north by Cyrodiil, and the south by the glistening blue waters of the sea. Elsewhere is an arid land of deserts and rocky canyons, where the sun shines warmly, always. There are cities so ancient, the sands have swallowed them whole. But now I will say no more, for I miss my home greatly.
I'm sorry to hear that. But in any case, I would like to see your wares.
Take a look.
Ah. Alright, I'm in. I think it was Pavo? Yeah.
Are you feeling sick?
I suppose I do feel a bit under the weather. Which is why I will be visiting a shrine soon enough, but I'm here to tell you that Kolskegger Mine is clear.
You drove them off? By yourself? Thank you. We'll head back to work right away. Take this. It's the least I can do.
For your help, I'm sending word to the orc strongholds that you're to be trusted. You should be welcome there now.
I haven't visited the smith here yet. I believe she's the one?
Need a new blade? Got an axe here. Good for cleaving up Forsworn.
But the gods know that's exactly what I need. Where'd you learn to smith like this?
Grew up in a stronghold. Every orc girl tended the forge at some point. But a girl has to grow up, and life in the stronghold asks for a lot in return. So I joined the Legion. Mastered my trade there.
You grew up in an orc stronghold.
That's right. An orc stronghold. Kept to ourselves, lived as our ancestors would have wanted. Wasn't enough for me, though. I left. Didn't want to end up as the third wife of some lowly chieftain.
If you grew up in a stronghold, you wouldn't by chance know where I could find one, would you?
The most well-known stronghold is Dushnik Jarl. Here, I'll mark it down for you.
Ah, thanks. One other thing I'm a little bit curious about. I seem to recall you yelling at your apprentice previously.
Tacitus? Boy's an Imperial. I keep showing him how to treat the iron, but he never gets it. In the Legion, the Imperial smiths used to read books when they couldn't set their hammers straight. Wisdom of the old, I guess. If you find a book called The Last Scabbard of Akrish, could you bring it to me? Tacitus sure isn't learning by example.
No. Well, I can't make any promises that I'll come across one, but if I do, I'll be certain to bring it your way.
Thanks.
Now, before I move on, what do you have for sale?
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Alright, this should be the last trader I have to visit. Hey,
No, I'm not Arnleif. Yes, I know it's called Arnleif and Sons.
I know, Lisbeth. We've been over this before. But I have some good news. I found the statue as well as your entire missing shipment. And the Forsworn who pilfered it, well, they're not going to be giving anyone else problems now either. Here.
Oh, there it is. This little goldy light is going to keep us afloat for a while. Thank you. Here's something for your hard work.
Pleasure doing business with you. Now if you don't mind, can I look at your stock one more time?
Take a look.
Alright, let's chat with Mr. What's-His-Face. I think that things have cooled down out in the market enough.
I'm sorry to drag you into Markarth's problems. But after that attack in the market, I'm running out of time. You're an outsider. You're dangerous looking. You'll do.
I'll do? What are you talking about? What is wrong with this city? A woman gets murdered in broad daylight, people talk about the Forsworn everywhere, and yet nobody seems to address the problem. Forsworn attacks are about the only thing I've heard of since I got to this city.
You want answers? Well, so do I. So does everyone in the city. A man goes crazy in the market. Everyone knows he's a Forsworn agent. Guards do nothing. Nothing but clean up the mess.
I see. I'm an outsider. That means that I should be able to find something out that you can't. I'm imagining that you've been at this for a while.
This has been going on for years, and all I've been able to find is murder and blood. I need help. Please, you find out why that woman was attacked, who's behind Waylon and the Forsworn, and I'll pay you for any information you bring me.
Let's start with what you know. You've been looking into these murders for a while?
Yes. It all started when I was a boy. My father owned one of the mines, rare for anyone who isn't a Nord. He was killed. Guards said it was just a madman, but everyone knew the murderer was a member of the Forsworn. I've been trying to find out why ever since. Gotten nowhere so far. And then I got married. Have a child of my own on the way. I swore I was going to just give up for my child's sake, but it's like my father's ghost is haunting me, asking me why.
And what of the Forsworn themselves? Who are they? What have you been able to pick up about them?
They're remnants of the old rulers of Markarth, natives of the Reach, followers of the old ways. The Nords drove them out of the city, Ulfric Stormcloak and his men. That was about 20 years ago. But somehow they're still here, and they're killing people.
Right. And what of Waylon, the murderer? If he was a Forsworn, I need to find out more about him. Where did he live? What did he do?
He was one of the smelter workers. I used to have a job down there myself, casting silver ingots. I never knew much about Waylon, except he lives in the Warrens, like all the other workers.
How about Margaret, the victim?
She's not from Markarth. The air about her screamed outsider. Visitors to the city usually stay at the Silverblood Inn.
Right. Well, I have enough to start with. I'll talk to you again whenever I have something more interesting.
Be careful who you talk to.
My God, they really just don't make... They make too much noise down there. Alright, here we go. This is a journal. Let's go ahead and read this. Margaret's journal. Meeting at the Treasury House later today. Took them long enough. These people act like they own everything. Thonar Silverblood is the youngest brother, but he's obviously the one in charge. Makes all the deals, bullies local landowners into selling to him. Even employs that wispy girl at the door to deter troublemakers like me. General Tullius is growing impatient, but I'll bring back the deed to Sidna Mine. On my life, I won't allow a group of Stormcloak sympathizers to own the prison to the most notorious criminals of the Reach. They say no one escapes. Why? Is it really that secure? Maybe I've played my hand too soon by rushing the confrontation with Thonar. There are shadows around every corner in this city, and I know I'm being watched.
You. I've seen you snooping around, asking questions. Back off. You don't want to know what happens to troublemakers here.
Oh. Would you mind telling me what happens? I'm not really from around here. I'm kind of curious.
Funny. This is your last warning, outsider. We keep the peace here. Stay out of our business.
Huh. Well, I'm obviously looking into... I'm onto something. That's what's obvious. I am absolutely onto something, because now I'm being muscled. Great. So, Margaret's journal is down. Next up is to find out what Waylon was hiding. Lived down here in the Warrens.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
Well, you'll do.
The Warrens isn't a place for your type. What do you want?
If you don't want me around, I'll keep this short. Did you know Waylon?
Oh yes. I know everyone who sleeps in the Warrens. kind of the one who passes the keys around. I guess someone else will be taking his room now.
You have all the keys. In that case, you're going to help me get into Waylon's room.
Sorry, but you don't exactly belong here.
I know, but it's important. Trust me.
Trust is hard to come by here. But all right.
One more thing. Do only the sick and the poor live here?
That's right. Welcome to Markarth, traveler. Thank the divines you can choose to live somewhere else.
Right. Well, thank you.
Until next time.
Waylon's note. Waylon, you've been chosen to strike fear in the heart of the Nords. Go to the market tomorrow. You will know what to do. N. Well, I'd say that this is more than enough information. I need to get back to Eltrus. Tell him what I've found. Margaret was obviously more than just an outsider.
Warrens ain't for you. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm leaving. Don't worry. Since I was shaken down last time, I might as well prepare. There's probably someone waiting outside for me now.
You've been digging around where you don't belong. It's time you learned a lesson.
Oh, really? I'm not surprised to see another face. Who sent you?
Someone who doesn't like you asking questions. Come on, let's see what you're made
okay,
of.
fine. You want a fist fight? We'll do. Use up all my stamina potions at this point. I mean, I've been stockpiling stamina potions for a long time now.
You won't get away from
I've actually gotta pop another. I mean, at the very least, you know, stamina potions are about the last thing that I was offloading whenever I was going out to the traders. So I've held on to them for a long time. I've been very slow to get rid of them. God, this guy is just... What is he made of? Bricks? Die, you son of a... Jeez. Oh my god. Really wishing I had, like, the pugilist's gloves or whatever. Like, I forget what they're called, but I think they're found in the rat way I'm rifting. Increase my hand-to-hand skill. Speaking of which, that's actually something interesting. Hand-to-hand, you know, the ability to fight with your fists, that was in Morrowind and Oblivion as well. But yet, it's not here in Skyrim. So... Come on! Alright, you know what? That's it. I am just gonna wail on you with my infamous right hook. The infamous right hook that nobody's seen before you. I can do this without having to take another potion, I know it. Die. Jesus. Alright.
You mangy piece of pit bait.
Yeah, you can call me whatever the hell you want. But you're gonna talk, or I'm gonna send you to the gods.
I was sent by Nepos the Nose. The old man hands out the orders. He told me to make sure you didn't get in the way. That's all I know, I swear.
Looks like you weren't followed. Good.
God's willing I wasn't followed. But it looks like the rabbit hole is a bit deep. Waylon got his orders from someone named Nepos.
Nepos the Nose? He's been in Markarth forever, and he's well respected among the natives of the Reach. Good work. Here's your gold. I have a feeling Nepos gets his own orders, though. If you find out, I'll have more for you.
Right. As for Margaret, she was evidently an agent of the Imperial Legion. She was here trying to investigate Thonar Silverblood.
So the clues point to the treasury house then. That makes sense. Thonar is involved in every facet of the city. Here's the gold I promised. Keep following the trail and there will be more in it for you.
Well, I've got 2 leads to follow up. Stay safe, Eltrus. I've been contacted twice now. There's a good chance that they know about you. Aha! Nothing like walking into a bank flush with weapons.
I'm sorry. We're only interested in helping our patrons.
Oh, well, it's a good thing that I'm a patron. I'm here to see Thonar.
I'm afraid he's asked not to be disturbed. He has important business.
Oh, you misunderstand. I am that important business. He's expecting me.
Oh, I'm sorry to keep you. Head right in.
Thank you.
I have records I need to tend to.
I won't get in your way.
Just let old Nana know if you need anything. All right, dear?
That's a little bit creepy. Alright, Thonar.
What are you doing here? I told them no visitors.
I'm here to talk to you about the guard you sent to threaten me, Thonar. What are you hiding?
What did you expect? That no one was going to notice you butting into business that wasn't yours. The guards know who holds the purse strings in this city, and I don't like snoops. Markarth is my city. You have no right looking into my business. Now get out. What? By the gods, that's it. Somebody help!
Take the last of these.
My wife. They killed her. Damn Madanach. Damn his forsworn backside.
Thonar, there's no shortage of terrible deeds you've performed in this city. I know that already. What's happened today? You had it coming. You deserved it.
Shut up! Only the gods can judge me. You want to know what the Forsworn really are? They're my puppets. I have their king rotting in Sidna Mine. He was supposed to keep them under control.
You're telling me that all these murders in the Forsworn are tied up to Sidna Mine?
My prison. The source of half the silver in Skyrim. The most secure prison in Tamriel. No one escapes. I thought keeping Madanach down there would keep him under control.
You're telling me you actually have the king of the Forsworn in chains? I didn't even know that they had a king.
Madanach. The king in rags. While we were off fighting the elves in the Great War, Madanach was busy ruling over the Reach. Until Ulfric came and put them down.
And how exactly did you make such a deal with bloodthirsty madmen?
When their uprising was crushed, I had Madanach brought to me. He was a wild animal, but a useful one. I offered him a stay from execution if he used his influence to deal with any annoyances that came up. Competitors, agents, idiots. So I've let him run his little Forsworn rebellion from inside Sidna Mine. Now he's out of control.
A man who's out of control is one that needs to be put down. If you'd be willing to pay, I could take care of Madanach for you.
You already got what you wanted, you damn hound. This is your fault. You and Madanach are animals, and I'll see you both rot to death in Sidna Mine for this. Now get out of my house!
Hello.
Excuse me. What's your business here?
I'm here to see Nepos.
We haven't been expecting you, and the old man needs his rest. Come back some other time.
Wait. It's okay, my dear. Send him in.
Yes, Nepos. You heard him. Go on in.
Well, I will.
I'm sorry about my housekeeper. She's a little protective of me. Now, what is it you want?
Well, let's start off with the obvious. You're a Forsworn.
Ah, yes. You've proven to be a real Bloodhound. Well, you've sniffed me out. I've been playing this game for almost 20 years.
I've never admitted this
sending the
before,
young to their deaths,
but I've killed more
all in the
than I
name
care
of the
to admit.
Forsworn. And I'm tired. So tired.
You're tired and you clearly want to quit, but you don't. Why are you doing all of this? Why do you continue to do it?
Because my king told me to. Madanach. When the uprising fell at the hands of the Nords, they threw him in the mines. I don't know how, but he lives. I get his messages, and I hand out his orders without question.
And who exactly is Madanach? To you, a Forsworn, who is he?
He is the king in rags, a man who once held all the Reach within his grip. He stokes the passions of the downtrodden in this city, directs them to kill the enemies of the Forsworn in our name. All from inside Sidna Mine, a Nord prison. The irony is quite thick.
And he fell in an uprising, you say?
Markarth and the Reach are our lands. That is why we are the Forsworn. We cannot claim the home that is rightly ours. But then, during their war with the elves, We had our moment. We drove the Nords out of the Reach in a great uprising. Then Ulfric and his men came. Those of us who didn't run were executed, except for myself, my king, and a handful of others.
You're awfully forthcoming with all of this information. Spilling quite a lot just by my asking. Why?
My dear boy, what makes you think you're getting out of here alive? You were seen coming in. The girl at the door is a Forsworn agent masquerading as a maid. You aren't the first one to have gotten this far. You won't be the last.
I see. Well then, Nepos. Shall we?
I'm sorry, but you're not leaving.
Alright, let's get rid of Stony. I don't want any snarky comments from the guards. Although at the rate I'm going, geez, what a conspiracy. Lock up the King of the Forsworn and use them to get rid of people inside of the city. The Forsworn, sworn enemies of the people of Markarth.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. I have a letter here for you. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
A letter? Where the hell is this from? A letter from Mulshkro Shugs. I know you killed him. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. In fact, I wanted to thank you. He will not be missed. Okay, what the hell? I don't even know who this orc is, and yet he sent me a letter. Alright. Eltrus. We need to talk... Uh-oh. This doesn't look good.
We warned you, but you had to just go and cause trouble. Now we have to pin all these recent murders on you. Silence witnesses. Work, work, work.
Great. Corrupt city guards. I suppose you're in the pocket of Thonar, aren't you?
We have a nice arrangement in this city, and we're not letting you get in the way. You have a problem with that? Take it up with Madanach. I'm sure the King in Rags and his Forsworn would love to meet you. Now you're coming with us. It's a life sentence it's in the mind for you.
Huh. Fine. Take me. The only way I'm going to get to the bottom of this is if I talk to the King in Rags himself. I will come quietly.
You'll never see the sun again, you hear me? No one escapes Sidna Mine. No one.